'Cause like a picture she was laying there, moonlight dancing off her hair.
Hey, welcome back. Ron Ananian and the Car Doctor here at 855-560-9900. CarDoctorShow.com is the website. Podcasts are there. Also information about podcasting from TuneIn, iHeart, and iTunes Radio. And if you need me during the week, Ron at CarDoctorShow.com. Here's a great question, and we're doing a T-shirt giveaway every hour from now to the end of the year. And we're making a couple of subtle changes to how you get us this information. I'll talk about that in a minute. But here's one that came into us. Hey, Ron, interesting topic for your show. As you know, the basic tools of the trade have changed over the years. The dwell meter and a timing light were once on the top shelf of every mechanic's toolbox. The basic tools of the trade have changed, but the fundamentals are still the same. But the tools, those everyday diagnostic tools, and those basics have everyday jobs have changed. So what would you do if a car from the 40s or 50s or 60s or even the 70s showed up at your shop? Would you know how to repair it? Would you be lost without the tools that mechanics had back in the day the car was built? This comes to us from Ken down in Baltimore, and I think online too. Ken, are you there, sir? Ken?
Yes.
Yeah, Ken, great question. And, Ken's been a long-time listener. Ken, how long have you been listening to the Car Doctor? I've been getting email from you forever.
I guess mid-'90s, late 90s, I don't know.
But were you ever a mechanic, or is this just something you enjoy listening to?
Well, I'm an electronics technician, and
Right.
you can, as you know, that you can apply a lot of that to cars nowadays.
Sure. Oh, yeah, nowadays, absolutely. I think to answer the question, you know what? We still work on older cars. We'll work on cars from the 70s and the 60s. Haven't had a lot of requests for the 40s, but even the stuff into the 50s, we'll work on it. I still have my timing light and dwell meter and some of the basic tools. The biggest problem with working on those cars today isn't having the tools or the knowledge, because it's easy to figure out if you understand the fundamentals,
Right.
but it's finding the parts. Finding the parts is the real issue today, because a lot of even the repro stuff is just absolute junk, and it's you're making something work with something that really wasn't designed properly, and it becomes that much tougher. But I'll tell you what, it really got my attention because it got me to thinking. You're talking about basic tools from the 60s and the 70s and so on, and those tools lasted. I mean, a dwell meter and a timing light lasted what, 4 or 5 decades? Now we're throwing out scan tools every 3-4 years.
Actually, the dwell meter actually was a carryover to another generation of cars. You remember that?
Yeah, absolutely. General Motors with commuter command control and doing carburetors. Is that what you're referencing?
The mixture control solenoid.
Yeah, mixture control solenoid, MC Dwell. And, we were all thrilled that we got to use our dwell meters for another 5 or 6 years, and by 88, all the carburetors were gone. But, it's the technology is advancing so fast, and what I sometimes think about is how fast we throw away computers today, laptops and desktops and so on, because the architecture and the structure is so outdated. If you're throwing away a laptop every year or two, imagine what the mechanic's going through, because it changes daily.
Right. We're not doing that yet with cars, though. We're still fixing them.
Well, we're trying to. If you want to Google something interesting, I say this to you and I say this to everybody out there. Google Goodyear round ball tire, and it's a concept about creating a tire that's shaped like a ball that will be attached to the undercarriage of the vehicle, and it will work off electromagnetic induction. Oh, boy. And it's the idea that they can turn that ball in any direction they want, and they have complete control. They can parallel park the car by making right-angle turns with it. It's got a cute little video attached to it. I'm going to have to get a copy of it up on the Facebook page, but it's really interesting to see where they think they're going to go in the next 30 years. Whether or not we get there or not, that's another story. But, dwell meters and timing lights, that'll look like kids play compared to some of this stuff. Ken, listen, I appreciate your interest. I appreciate the question, and I just want to let you know that we're going to be sending out a Car Doctor T-shirt to you. So you stay on the line. Make sure Tom Ray gets your information, and we'll get that out there in the mail. Nice talking to you too, sir, after all these years, and we look forward to spending more time with you. 855-560-9900. I'm Ron Ananian, the Car Doctor. I am back right after this.